that's it. It's a wrap. It's been a week since the bet ended. I had no chicken, beef, or pork for a month. I win. My friend loses. But I kind of feel bad. I'm not going to make him, break his veganism for my own self-pleasure and gratitude, which I think it would be kind of funny if I did. But, he's a vegan for religious purposes. And I think it would be pretty much a bit of a dick move on my part to force him to break his religious beliefs for my own enjoyment. Even though it is what he bet. But maybe I'll just have him buy me lunch. Something. But through the month, I did have some interesting things with trying to figure out how to eat not meat. Not meat. That's what I called everything that resembled meat but was not meat. Whether it's all the different tempeh stuff or whatever. Fake sausage, fake bacon, faking. All that. Trying to cook some of that stuff into my diet. Cooking some of that stuff and trying to pass it off to the family as what they were used to. And it didn't work, not once. Not once was I able to make some kind of vegan, meatless, fake meat alternative off to my family and then be like, oh, this is great. What did you do differently? No, it was always like, oh, what the hell is this? This tastes like crap. Because, of course, they were expecting something different. Whether I made the sausage and peppers with the fake Italian sausage, or I made the tacos with the crumbles, or I made fake burgers, all of that kind of stuff. Not once was I able to get it past the family to say, hey, this is legitimate, this is the stuff. Not once. And by far, probably the worst, it was like a mockery, was the fake bacon. Oh my, horrible. And for the record, my first time having bacon since October was yesterday. And I almost ate the whole entire pound of bacon myself. Because as I'm frying the bacon, I only do like 4 or 5 pieces in the pan at a time because I'm deep frying the bacon in its own fat. And then, I take those, 4 or 5 pieces out and I put them on a plate with some paper towel so that the oil would get, dripped off of it, soaked into the paper towel. And of course, here I am, I'm cooking, and as I'm cooking, I'm eating bacon. I'm cooking, eating more bacon. And then by the time we go to have breakfast, probably, if not half, a little bit more, like 2/3 of the bacon's gone in my belly. Get in my belly, bacon. Yeah, so on the performance aspect, no notable gains, no notable, either way, no gains, no losses, baseline. Probably about a year ago, I had my VO2 max tested. It was around 51. I had my VO2 max tested during this. It was 52 something. That could have been the year, my year's worth of fitness gains, just doing what I was doing. So I can't really accredit that point worth of VO2 max increase to the diet. I think for that I'd have to do it for a long period of time and then have it tested. No recovery differences either way. So whether it's a lifestyle choice, whether it's an emotional or moral choice, not eating animals. I always used to make fun of my friends who were fishitarians or whatever you want to call them. I said the only reason why you still eat fish is because you can't hear them scream, which is kind of true. Same thing goes for vegans. You eat plants because you can't hear them scream. But whether you're doing it for a nutritional aspect or you have a physiological aspect where your body doesn't agree with certain things, either way, there's some people that they're doing, extremely well on the carnivore diet, and it gets rid of a lot of their ailments on the carnivore diet. And then you have other people that they eat meat and physiologically their bodies just can't handle it. So everybody's different. Not everybody can eat peanuts. One person can have, sit down and have a 5-pound bag of peanuts. One person walks into the room where that 5-pound bag of peanuts is and they die. So there's differences. Everybody's a little different. Some people can tolerate dairy, some people can't. I'm allergic to dairy. I can't have dairy to begin with. That's also another thing too. You have some people that, me, before I started this, I was already pretty much on a whole foods, low carb diet, and that's what works for me. May not work for you, may not work for other people, but that's what works for me. But then again, I'm not out there, trying to impress people or do anything crazy. If I'm doing a foot race, or if I'm doing if I'm cycling, doing a bike race, I'm pretty much an age grouper as it is. I'll be 44 this week. I'm not in my 20s. I'm not out there trying to crush it. Be the next greatest ultra marathoner, be the next greatest ultra cycler. I'm just out there trying to keep my fitness, trying to live a little longer, trying to live a little healthier. Be able to go and jump in the old sack with the old lady and not die of a heart attack. So, to each his own. Take everything with a grain of salt. Do a lot of research. Try to learn some things that have changed. Just like the things with cholesterol, how cholesterol, has changed from when it was no cholesterol, cholesterol bad, all cholesterol bad. So next thing you know, boom, nobody was having cholesterol. Then they found out, oh, well, it's kind of good, kind of bad cholesterol. And then they found out, well, not all the bad cholesterol is really bad. Now you have, short, medium, and long chain. It's really the short ones that are going to get you. And then it turns out, oh, well, you know what? The cholesterol you eat really doesn't make any difference because your body makes 2,000 units of cholesterol a day anyway. So things change. But take all that into account. Always learning, always evolving. But I think I might keep this channel open for my schedule for the next year. Between I have a bunch of 50Ks, 100K, and then whatever endurance cycling time trials I want to get myself into and abuse myself. You know, because that's what it's all about, pushing yourself. I'm not trying to push anybody else other than me further down the road, whether it's on my feet or on my bike. And if nobody comes with me, fine. If I'm by myself, fine. If I'm in the front, fine. If I'm at the back, fine. Just as long as I just keep going. It's hard to hit a moving target. Unless you're a sniper. Then you can still hit moving targets. But I'm going to try to keep it as real as possible. Until the next time, bye.